Hi everybody, David here, and welcome back. Today we're going to do a deep dive on plantar fasciitis. Now first let's talk about what it is, then we're going to talk about common myths and misperceptions, and then we're going to talk about how you can solve the pain for yourself quickly and easily with a few simple exercises. So this is my friend Eric, and he's going to be our demo today. Here's what it is. It's pain on your heel. So you have this heel pain right at the base of your heel. It's no fun. It's caused from an irritation and inflammation on the bottom of your foot. It says plantar fascia, which is connective tissue, which connects from your heel all the way through underneath your foot, underneath the arch of your foot, into your 5 toes. The common myths and perceptions of plantar fasciitis are that it's from your shoes, or it's from running, or from walking. However, there's only pain on one foot. So we need to solve that. And that is all about the misalignment of your body. You could change your shoes, but that's not really solving the problem. And the idea is to really solve the root cause here and the pain. And if you can do both, then you've really succeeded, because it won't come back as something else, either plantar fasciitis in the other foot, or in the same foot again, or calf strain, or Achilles strain, or knee pain, or back pain, or somewhere else. Because the misalignment is the ultimate issue and the problem. And by misalignment, I mean the position of your foot, the function and position and mechanics of your foot and ankle, and your knee and your hip. And believe it or not, that's tied into your upper back as well. And I'm going to explain that in a second. But first, stand up, take your shoes off, and you want to figure out exactly where your weight distribution is. So close your eyes, and you want to feel where your weight is. If you have plantar fasciitis, you're going to notice that the weight is very different from one foot to the other. In other words, there's more pressure on one foot than the other, or in one part of your foot. So as you close your eyes and you feel this, notice, is it towards the balls of your feet? Is the pressure towards the outside of one foot and the inside of your feet? Is it equal right to left? Is there more weight on one leg than the other? And oftentimes you also find that the plantar fasciitis pain is on the side that is overloaded. So if you're closing your eyes and you feel like there's more weight on your right leg, and that just happens to be the side of the pain, there's a reason for that. 9 times out of 10, the side of the pain is the side that you overload is also the side where you have the pain for that very reason. It's out of position, it's overloaded and overstressed, and hence the pain. The shoes that you wore that triggered this, or the new activity you did, it was just the straw that broke the camel's back, but it was an accident waiting to happen. Let's talk about next how to solve it. We need to solve this misalignment. We need to solve that imbalance that you're feeling, that you're experiencing right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a few exercises that trigger the muscles to realign the bones and joints in order to rebalance your body, take the pressure off your heel so that you can feel better and that you can leave with no pain. That's the goal. So here we go. Okay, so first things first, Eric, I'm going to have you come over here. You're going to put your hands on the wall about chest height. So we're going to do this exercise. You're going to find a wall or a door. You're going to put your hands about chest height. You're going to walk back, and don't let your hands slide down. You're going to bend at the waist to, as close to 90 degrees or just above it as you can. Thighs tight, and you want your hip joint over your ankle. So Eric, I'm going to have you walk forward just a tad. Right there. Maybe come back a little bit. Yeah, okay, go ahead and bend. All right, now you're gonna lock out your elbows, and you wanna take your hips and roll forward like you're gonna put a little arch in your lower back. That's gonna create tension and pressure in the back of your legs. Now, one of the common things they say to do for plantar fasciitis is to stretch your calf muscles. Now, that's not wrong. But again, why are the calf muscles tight? And why is one tighter than the other? If it was just a simple solution of stretch the calf muscles, which again, they can work, but it's still not solving the imbalance. And we really want to solve the imbalance, the root cause of this. And that has to do with how the whole body's aligned. So arms on the wall or the door, arching your lower back, thighs tight, and straighten out your elbows. You're going to feel a little stretch in the back of your legs. If you want to walk your hands up higher, if it's too low, you can't get that stretch, or it's too much stretch, just ease up a little bit, but elbows straighten. And what we're doing here is we're realigning your entire spine, and we're engaging the entire backside of your body as a unit again, symmetrically right to left. And this is crucial because in plantar fasciitis, as I said, it's usually in one foot, not both. And that means there's a big rotation and a big imbalance from your ankle to your knee to your hip, all the way up to your shoulder, all the way up into your skull. So, okay, great. Come on up. Excellent. Okay, now what you're going to do is just after that exercise, you can close your eyes feel your weight distribution again. It should feel different right off the bat. You should feel taller. You should feel a little more balanced just after that. And that's telling you that we're on the right track already. Okay, now you're going to take your right hand, you're going to grab your right heel or your right foot, and you're going to bring your knees level together. I'm going to put you sideways here. Yep, let's go ahead and grab your right foot. And you're going to take your hips. You can hold on to the wall if you need to also. And you're going to take your hips, you're going to kind of tuck under until you feel a pull on the front of one thigh, on that thigh that you're stretching. Now, why are we doing this? We're doing this for a couple reasons. One is that, go ahead and hold on if you want. One is that
I'd have to change that.
Go ahead. We're restoring the motion and function of your hip joint. Okay, one of the things with plantar fasciitis is we know that the hip joint isn't going through its full correct range of motion. It's deviating in some way. And especially when there's heel pain, it means that there's too much pressure landing on the heel. And that has to do with hip mechanics. So we're going to restore the mechanics and position of the hip, but we're also taking the top of the foot, and you'll notice that the whole top of the foot is being stretched as well. And the muscles and the fascia and the arch of the foot is able to relax. So we're taking pressure off of this foot, and we're actually restoring some motion. We're opening up the joints of the foot so that the fascia can get a break for a second. So this has multiple purposes in realigning your body and also restoring motion to the hip joint and restoring some function and motion to the foot itself, which is why I want you holding this foot. If you can't grab it, if you're not flexible enough to grab your foot, put it on a chair behind you. You can put it on a chair, you can put it on a couch behind you, you can put it on a lot of different things, tuck under that way. Okay, switch legs. I'm going to keep this chair here because we're going to use it in a second. All right, so you're going to grab that foot behind you. You can hold onto the wall for balance. Take your hips, if you can, and gently tuck under, kind of like you're flattening out your lower back, and that'll increase the stretch and the pull on that hip. So you might also notice that your balance is different on one side than the other, and that would be normal, but not okay. We want both sides to be symmetrical and evenly balanced right to left. So as I said, restoring motion to the hip, restoring motion to the foot and the ankle joints. We're also relaxing the tension on the plantar fascia, and we're realigning the body from head to toe here, even just with this exercise. You're going to hold each exercise for about a minute. So the first exercise at the wall, about a minute. This exercise, about a minute each foot. You're going to notice that the longer you hold it, you kind of get more release. It'll get easier. Okay, relax. All right, next exercise, you're going to lie down on the ground. And this exercise, you're going to grab underneath one knee. Relax your shoulders. The bottom leg is going to go foot pointing straight up. Bottom leg is straight. This leg that you're holding, so underneath your right knee, is at 90 degrees. And you're going to circle that right foot, big circles one direction. And one of the things that we know when you have plantar fasciitis, and that you noticed when you were standing and you felt that imbalance, is that we know the muscles of the foot and ankle aren't doing their job together as a unit. So they're working in pieces and parts, and we need to restore the motion and function of the foot and ankle, and we need to restore the dynamic tension, meaning the equal tension around the foot, the ankle, the arch, all the muscles of the shin, and even into the knee. So we're going to restore some motion here, some function, and we're going to help take pressure again off of this plantar fascia. So big circles, you're going to go about 20 times in one direction, and then switch directions and go 20 circles in the other direction. And you want big circles, and you want this lower leg to stay completely still. You only want this foot moving. That's it. Relax your shoulders, relax your head, big circles, and remember that bottom leg is straight on the ground with that foot at least pointing straight up is your goal. And then once you get to 20 in these big circles, you're going to notice that your shin muscles are going to start to talk to you. Your ankle muscles, your shin muscles, they might start to burn. That's totally normal. Go ahead and flex, point flex, back and forth now. And that's totally normal because these ankle muscles and foot muscles, they're not used to working like this. So they are going to get fatigued quickly. And when you switch legs here in a second, you're going to notice that each foot is actually different. There's more fatigue in one foot compared to the other. And that has to do, again, with that imbalance and the overload and overwork on one side of your body compared to the other. So just get to 20, back and forth is 1. And when you get to 20, you're going to switch legs. Go ahead. Okay, big circles one direction. Excellent. And you want it as smooth as you can get it. You want it nice and smooth, big circles. "20 times that direction. And then when you're ready, you switch directions. Again, trying to relax your shoulders, trying to relax your head and neck. You might also notice that one foot feels more choppy than the other, almost like it's click, 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 rather than a big smooth circle. And that'll get better. That again, that's just your foot and ankle muscles not working together as a unit, and that's going to change. And when you get to 20 on that way, you point flex 20 times. What's this one like compared to the other one?
Feels a little bit easier.
Easier on this side. Yep. And which side do you normally stand on, do you notice? Have you noticed?
Left.
Okay, so he thinks he normally stands on his left foot. He feels this is easier, actually. He doesn't actually have any pain that I know of.
No.
He definitely doesn't have pain right now in this exercise, except for the burn in the shin, right? Yeah. So there's going to be a ton of burning in each shin. It's not because you're weak. It's just because these muscles haven't been used in a while and because they're being worked hard. Okay, excellent. Come on up. Okay, the next exercise, you're going to need a chair. And you're going to put your hands on the chair. And you're going to put your right foot right underneath your hands, kind of right underneath the chair. So the chair lines up with your foot. Best you can. Here, I can move this. There, I'll turn this. There we go. All right. So next, you're going to line up your left foot with your right. Okay. So both feet should be pointing straight ahead, and they should be kind of in a straight line, not staggered out to the side, but in a straight line. Okay. Now you're going to tighten both thighs, and you want enough space in your feet so that both heels are on the ground, but you might feel a little stretch in the back of this back calf. But what you're going to do is as you bend forward with your upper body, contract the thigh on your right leg, that front leg, contract the thigh. And as you put a little arch in your lower back, you're going to feel a big stretch in the back of that front knee and the back of that front leg. You're basically lengthening out this hamstring. You're engaging these hamstring muscles, and we're reminding the hips that they are supposed to go, one's supposed to go in front and the other's supposed to go in back. In typical gait and running mechanics, then the front leg should go forward as the back leg goes back. And this exercise is helping to remind the hip joints of their functional motion and their functional purpose here while lengthening out that back side of the leg, the calf, the hamstring, all of it. But we're engaging it all as a unit. And again, thigh tight. You want to make sure this front knee is locked out completely. You need this locked. Okay, you're going to hold that for about 30 seconds to a minute. Switch legs. So left foot goes kind of right underneath your hands. This chair's a little wobbly, which is perfect. Makes him keep the balance. Thighs tight. Both thighs engaged, knees locked out. Put a little arch in your lower back. And make sure both heels, especially that back heel, is down on the ground. You don't want it up off the ground. You might feel a stretch in the back of your leg and the back of your calf. You might feel a stretch on the side of your leg. It might be in the upper part of the hamstring, the lower part, back of the knee. Wherever it is, that's okay. Just let it be where it is. You can also do this again, meaning you can repeat this exercise twice. So you go back to the right and back to the left for 30 seconds or a minute or so. And you'll notice that it's different the second time. But this is a great exercise in general to do for Achilles, calf, plantar fasciitis, and also as just a general range of motion and function exercise from just daily stretching and movement. Okay, come on up. Okay, this next one you've seen before. It's called a downward dog. However, we're going to do this very differently than your typical downward dog. So what you're going to do, Eric, is you're going to go on your hands and knees. Now you want your hips over your knees, shoulders over your hands. He's going to curl his toes under as he has, and you're going to pike up. Now, what you're going to do is I'm going to have you straighten out your legs all the way, but your heels come way up. So go up on your toes for a second. All right, so you're going to come way up on your toes. You're going to try and lock out your knees. You're going to pull your chest toward your knees best you can. Now, you want this flat part of your back. In other words, you don't want it rounded. Show them the wrong way. So go ahead and round the other way. Yeah, you don't want this. You don't want this where there's this big hump in your back. You want it as close to flat as you can. So you're pulling your chest toward your knees. Your heels are way up off the ground. Your thighs are tight. You can induce a little arch with your hips by rolling your hips forward. Lock out your elbows. Now, this is a tough one, but this is huge. What you're going to do now is you're going to start to gently and slowly drop your heels towards the ground. And you're going to feel a bit of a stretch in the back of those calves. You feeling that?
Mm-hmm.
That's a wholehearted yes. Okay, so relax your head. You want to hold this for at least 30 seconds. Breathe. Keep pulling your chest towards your knees. Kind of like that first exercise where we had your hands on the wall. That exercise was prepping you for this exercise, where we have the entire backside of the body engaged as a unit. We're lengthening out those hamstrings, those calves. We're also engaging the body symmetrically right to left, and doing the downward dog this way helps to change the position of the upper back and realigns the upper back so that when you come up out of this exercise, you're going to feel taller. You're going to feel more balanced right to left. There's going to be a ton of pressure taken off that heel and off that plantar fascia. Okay, come on up. All right, as you come up, you're just going to stand there for a second. Get loose, get relaxed, and close your eyes again and see where your weight distribution is right now. Feel how your posture is. Feel your energy and walk around and feel how your heel feels and how that plantar fasciitis feels right now. It should have tremendous amount of relief right now. And if you do this in this sequence every day, you're going to feel a lot better very, very quickly. Okay, you can do it once a day, you can do it twice a day, but again, in this order, specifically in this order, in this sequence. And let me know in the comments how you did and how you felt. I'd love to hear from you. If there's anything else you want to see in any of these videos, please let me know. Comment again. And if you have sciatic pain or back pain or neck pain of any kind, then I've got videos for those as well. And you'll be able to click and find the links down below. Thanks again for coming. See you soon.